This question here is a very interesting take on systems of linear equations. We've got the prices for raspberries and blackberries at two different stores. Normally, you would get the price for raspberries and blackberries at one store, and you'd get the total number of them, and you can write your two equations that way. Here, we have sort of the price combinations for two different stores, but we can use that just as easily. So let's say X is the number of raspberries, and Y is the number of blackberries. If that's the case, we can start with price times quantity statements. We can say we have X raspberries and they cost $5.50 per pint. So the price is $5.50, the quantity is X. And for the blackberries, the price is 3 and the quantity is Y. And for store A, they tell us that that total would come out to 37. For store B, we've got the prices at $6.50 for each raspberry and $8 for each blackberry. And that price is going to come out to 66. So now we've got two equations and two variables, and we can start solving. We need to know the number of blackberries, which is Y. So ideally, we'd want to get rid of X first. But being that X has the decimals and Y doesn't, I'm going to sort of opt to get rid of Y first, and then we'll simply have to plug that back in later, which is not so big of a deal. So we can multiply by 8 and -3, and that's because we've got 3 and 8 here. So multiplying by the opposites with one negative sign is going to make that cancel out. So let's go ahead and work that out. So we've got 8 times 55, 8 times 5.5 is 44. So 44x plus 24y equals 37 times 8, 296. For the next equation, -3 times 6.5. So -19.5x and -3 times 8. So that'll be -24y equals, and then 66 times 3, -198. And now we can start adding down in all the columns. 296 minus 198 is going to give you positive 98. And in the X column, 44 minus 19.5 gives you 24.5 X, and the Y's cancel because we have opposites. So now we can divide both sides by the 24.5. And you get a nice, easy 4. So the number of raspberries being purchased at either store is 4. We can plug that back into either equation to get X. So we can say, we can plug that back to either equation to get Y, rather. We can say 6.54 plus 8y is 66. 6.5 times 4 is 26, plus 8y is 66. Take away 26, 8y is 40. Divide by 8, y is 5. And that is B for this very interesting question.